Thank you so much for joining us today, Jen. I so appreciate you being here. Welcome. Tell me, Jen, where were you before we met? You were in a place and you were looking for some change. What was going on in your life at that time that you felt like you really needed some change?
At the time, last October, just before that, I met with a new family doctor, and I was at my highest weight of 225 pounds.
Wow.
She offered me weight loss surgery,
Mm.
and I thought to myself that that was extremely and utterly drastic.
Right.
I did not want to go that route, and I knew I had it in me to do something. I had tried many different things. I've even worked with another trainer, and I ended up getting injured. And that was the only thing I got out of it.
Yeah.
2 knee injuries. So I said to myself, I got to find something. And that's when I found your ad on Facebook. And the ad said for 6 weeks. And you know what? I said to myself, I can do anything for 6 weeks.
Yes.
And that's where I started.
I still remember seeing you sit on the floor and you're getting all the information at the information session and you're looking up and you're saying, is this the right place for me?
It was overwhelming at first. And then I'm like, you can't think about it. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
And you just have to say, let's just try this. And it was worth every penny. It was worth attempting it. And I'm not looking back.
Well, you've been with us now for 3 challenges.
Yep.
So can you tell us a little bit about your progression from one challenge to the next and what keeps you involved and engaged?
At first, the first challenge was the change of trying to cut out all the food and get that new diet in, the new recipes into my life. And that worked out well. It wasn't easy dropping sugar, but it got easier after a while, the first 2 weeks, and then it was done. And so I got used to doing the breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then at the end of the challenge, I didn't even think I had dropped any weight. I was just like, there's no changes, there's none. And it ended up being 16 pounds and 16 inches.
Amazing.
And it was like, I still couldn't see it in the mirror. So I said, there's some things I have to change in the second one. And that's when I included fasting.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely increasing the hours. And that challenge, I ended up doing 20 pounds and 20 inches or something. Like, there was a lot of inches. So I think
it was just a lot of inches.
it just keeps falling off, and that's fine. And that's fine. And the weight keeps dropping off. It's becoming more difficult, but I know that there's a lot of muscle gain. There's a lot of changes in my body, and it's every day, and it's just trying to include everything and work with life.
And next week we're doing another round of before and after pictures. So you can hop in there and get measured and we'll do some more metrics.
And that's where for me, I see it more in the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I see it, and because you can't look at the mirror and you can't look at the scale.
So tell me, Jen, outside of just the fitness and nutrition side of things, our community, the education, this entire program, the way it's structured, there's so much more to it than just fitness and nutrition. What would you say?
The community, the people who are on the Facebook page, that is like the most encouraging place to go. If you have a question, if you have a problem, everybody is there to support you. And we're all going through the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And for some people, it'll be a little bit different, but there's somebody out there going through exactly the same thing as you. And you just have to try and open yourself up and put yourself out there and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling today. And everybody is going to be there saying, okay, hold on, you got to do this and you got to do that. We're all here to help you, no matter if we've met or not. And this is where it's an amazing place to go. And that support, you cannot find it anywhere.
And outside of your physical changes, do you feel like you've changed as a person?
There's more energy, that's for sure. Um, there's this weird confidence that wasn't there before, and it's still a work in progress, but it's like there's a reason to love me now. Not that
Oh,
there was one before,
yeah.
but even more.
But you acknowledge it. Now you feel it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's something inside of you that says you're worth it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was larger that I wasn't, but it's just inside of you. There's just that something that pops, because before there was that cloud that was over me. And now there's life, there's health, there's energy, there's not wanting to stay sitting down too long and wanting to go at life and face it and do things. And I'm going kayaking this weekend for the first time with friends.
Wow.
I've been hearing about them talk about it, and I actually did something about it. I bought myself a kayak, and I'm going to go. And for me, that's experiencing life.
Amazing.
And that's what's important.
That's incredible. Now, when you were thinking about joining the program, there must have been a lot of questions in your minds, maybe some roadblocks of thinking, maybe this isn't the right place for me, or what do you think might have stood in your way from signing up? And then what made you just say, no, I'm doing it?
I believe that probably the only thing would be the financial. It's more expensive than most places. But then you learn that your food, you don't need as much, not because you're not eating as much, but you're eating certain things that you don't need. Like, you don't need any more chocolate bars, you don't need any more coffee, you don't need any more, a lot of things. And you learn how to cut and then budget it in. And then you say, wait, this is my life. This is important. I want to be able to lead a long, healthy life. Healthy.
Yeah.
And I have to do this for me now, and it's not time to change when it's too late. I've seen people go and they've regretted too many things. So you got to live for the now. And if I protect my body now, it's going to work with me for a longer time.
Well, and you're a nurse, so you see that on a regular basis.
So I've seen too many people go too soon, and I have to live for the here and now.
Yeah.
And that is my motto, and that is what makes every penny that I invest worthwhile. I will cut somewhere else just to be able to be here.
You could not have said it better. That's probably one of my most frustrating parts of the program, of people who just, in their minds, they don't understand the capacity of how much, first of all, how much money we save you, thousands of dollars throughout the year, just on being able to change your habits that's already costing you so much money. But then understanding that there's so much of the future investment as well, the future time and energy going to doctors and paying for medications and doing all sorts of things that can be prevented now, and that they don't necessarily see that financial value between completely regaining their energy, their self-confidence, getting a hormonal imbalance so that they're not suffering from depression and anxiety all the time, just getting fit, healthy, strong, and preventing the diseases, and then getting all of the knowledge and education that they need for a lifelong time of looking after their body.
Now's the time for me to do it, and this is where the investment comes in.
Yeah.
And it comes to time, and finding time to go to the gym, and finding time to train, finding time to prepare stuff for, I mean, that's nothing. What's an hour out of my day? It's nothing compared to not doing it at all. Because then I feel worse. I feel worse if there's nothing that I do, if I do nothing.
If you met somebody on the street, Jen, and she was your good friend, and you had 30 seconds to tell her why it's an amazing idea to join into this program and the benefits that she would receive and the actual results that you've received so far, what would you tell her in 30 seconds?
first thing I off the bat, it's the best thing that I've ever done in my life. So if you want to give yourself that gift, the gift of health, the gift of knowledge, the gift of support, the friendships that I've made with the other people in this class, the understanding, and all along just knowing that I have lost now 50 pounds and more than 30 inches. I feel better in my skin. I feel better as a person. I can offer more to others as well as offering for myself. I cannot praise the program and the people that help you run it and you yourself enough for giving me back my life.
Oh, no, I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a hug. Oh, sweetie, I'm hugging you. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
That's it. So it's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm done now.